Love is in the air, everywhere I look around. Love is in the air, every sight and every sound. And I don't know if I'm being fooled, don't know if I'm being wise, but it's something that I must believe in, and it's there when I look in your eyes. Love is in the air.
Hello and welcome to the Deborah McMahon Show. I'm Deborah McMahon, and today's show is how to listen to your pet. And one of the pets we're going to be working with is right here with me right now, which is Tiffany. And she's going to actually be working with our animal communicator today to find out what some of her health issues are. And our guest, our human guest today, is Terri Steuben, who is an animal communicator, and she's here. Thank you very much, Terri.
Thanks for having me.
She is carrying Topo who is our other guest, who she's going to communicate with today. So it's going to be an exciting show of dealing with Terri, doing animal communication and dealing with animal intuitiveness and medical intuitive things with animals as well.
Right.
So let's start out by just kind of talking a little bit about the puppies. These are both my dogs. This is Tiffany, and she's the official greeter at the dog park. And so anybody that knows the El Segundo Dog Park might know Tiffany. And Topo is the sheriff of the dog park, because anytime a dog over 15 pounds comes in, which is for the small dog park,
she barks at him.
He barks at him.
Yeah.
He says, "No way, you're too big.
Get out."
So that's what these guys.
That's right. It's my job.
What they're known as.
It's my job.
So let's start by just having you talk to Topo and let's see what he's.
Okay.
He's licking the mic.
That's always a good thing to do. Huh? What do you think, Tofu? You having a good time here? You are?
Say hi, Topo.
You like it? Do you have any questions you want to ask him?
Yeah.
Topo?
Let's see.
See how he feels.
We have a problem with Topo in going to the bathroom, in the bathroom.
In the bathroom?
In the bathroom. He goes to the bathroom on the corner by the door when he's, I don't know why he does that.
Well, as far as he's concerned, that's better than the carpet. That's what he's saying. Yeah. But, you know, we'd like for you, is there a certain place you'd like for him to go?
Outside.
Outside.
He can go outside the pet door and go outside. That would
Is
be
that
perfect.
on the grass or the cement?
On the grass.
On the grass. You want to go on the grass? Sometimes he doesn't like getting his feet wet. Doesn't like that. No, dry. A lot of times he ends up hitting like a corner of the cement, and you don't like that. But that's where he goes. He likes that. Now we need you to go outside all the time. She'd like that too, he says. Yes. Do you think you could do that? Sometimes it gets really close and he just heads for the bathroom, is what he's saying. So it might be helpful to remind him a couple times during the day. Just say thank you for pottying outside. Or do you have to go to the bathroom, and then picture where that is that you'd like for him to go. The other thing is the area wherever he's been, you might want to clean it with white vinegar, half and half mixed with water, because that'll break up the ammonia, which draws them back to that area. He's also saying, well, that's the room you go in. So, but that's not the room you go in. He gets chilly. He does get chilly sometimes, particularly in the morning. He seems to do this, well, he does it different times a day. It's not any particular time, is what he's saying. It's just certain times he knows that's a spot he can go to for some reason.
And it's warmer in there?
Yes. Yeah, it's a warm room, and it's easier for you to clean because you really make noise when he went other places. So he's trying to. We need you to change that though. Can you go potty outside for us? Just thinking about it. That would be all the time. Mom. Yes, you want him to go potty outside.
Yes, I want
right?
you to go potty outside.
Outside all the time.
Great.
Okay, all the time.
I'd be very proud of you then.
That would be a good boy. Okay. Just thinking. That would be all the time. That means that you have to think about it in advance and go, okay. But yes, you could use those. You use the little pee pads. He's like, well, what about those? Because I can't use those sometimes.
Yeah,
so you could do that.
There's one of those in the bedroom that he can use. Yeah.
You can use those, okay, but you have to be on them. You know that? He's good about that, he says.
Oh, he's good about his front paws being on him. He puts his front paws on him and the back paws don't make it. And
You have to be all the way
misses
on.
it, yeah.
Okay. Everything on the pad. That's why the pad is out. Do you understand that? Huh? How do you feel in here? You feel pretty good? Yeah? Come here. Come here, Tiffany. Come here, sweetie. You're awful good. I got you now. Now, this one's a little shy. A little shy button, you can tell. Huh? Yeah, she's always very watching Mom. Oh, I hear that.
Yeah, she and I are really bonded because at one point, when she was young, well, younger, she got choking on something, and I gave her mouth-to-mouth and saved her, so her and I are really tight. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to know, by the way, mouth-to-mouth for your dog. It's good to know all kinds of first aid for your dog.
It is. It is.
I mean, I was
It's
so
very
grateful to have known that.
They even have classes now that teach you
Right.
for animals specifically.
Red Cross has that, right?
Yes, yes, they do. Those are very good to know and to do, huh? And it's just kind of like doing a child, similar to that, if you haven't had a class on animals before. This feels like a tightness in the left lung. It's on the inside of the lung towards the chest side. It's not the heart, it is the lung. And it's almost like there's a bronchitis in there, or it's not like pneumonia, it's just like a bronchitis that just continues to grow in there. Now, a lot of times with little guys like this, you can find relief for them. Any kind of herbal expectorant that you would use for yourself, like mullein, is one. Horehound's another one, but it doesn't taste very good. You could make a tea of it and set it down, and if both of them got it, it wouldn't hurt them, because what happens with herbs is that if your body doesn't need it, it goes right out the waste cycle. So you might want to try making like a little tea of mullein for this one.
Is that easy to find?
Yes, actually, you can find it in any health food store. Any health food store will have it. It's spelled a little different. It's M-U-L-L-E-I-N or I-E-N, one of those two. Yeah, and that would help with the lung. And now, is there anything else down here? Yeah, you do get that. He says he gets post-nasal drip a lot of times and sneezes occasionally in the morning. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, she
though.
rubs her eyes and ears a lot.
It's not necessarily that they itch, though. It's just a habit. And you think it's cute. She likes that. You think it's very cute.
Well, I
when
give her
she does that.
attention. It worries me more than anything.
Yeah,
It's cute,
yeah.
actually.
And there's not, I'm not really picking up any real skin issues with these guys, so whatever you're feeding them is working. It's very good for them. They like it. They like the people food they get, too. That's nice. Huh. Well, yeah, I know. They get it, so why can't I have it, too, right? You're very helpful with that? Yes, I know. Topo's more in the front when it comes to the food. But you get yours, too. You're in the same line, right? Yeah? What else in there? Is anything else in there? Feel any pain? Now, see, your lower back is, yours is better than hers. Yeah. I don't think I'll pull on your tail. I did see it was a little crooked, so we'll let Mom do that some other time. But there's nothing really out of alignment that is painful. Usually when I feel something that's painful, I'll do that so that you know.
What about her hips?
She gets some pain in her left hip, and it's not necessarily in the hip, it's more in the back near the spine on the left side. And it's just like, you know, the buttocks on both sides here, and it's kind of along the spine that direction. It's like an aching joint. Now, if you pull on her tail, that might separate that, loosen those muscles in there, and that might just take care of that. It reminds me of more, it's kind of like a mild arthritis, but it's not arthritis. It's just for those people that have arthritis or those kind of aches when when we get older, it's that kind of thing. But it's not bad today. She has some days when she gets up really slow, which is more like the weather thing. But yeah, something about being up. She always wants to be up where she can see. The house, she's up on the chair. She's up on the sofa. She wants to be up. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, she does like to jump up on stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
She likes to be
definitely true.
up. Yeah. You do, don't you?
Ask her if she really likes the dog park a lot or not? Or?
Oh yeah, yeah. When we were talking about that before, they both went nuts, particularly over here. Now she gets to say, hi to everybody, and sometimes you go home and she's not done.
Yeah, I
saying
can't get her
hi.
to leave.
No, she's ready to stay there. She could stay there. Well, you stay there a good bit, at least a half hour each time you go, if not an hour. Yeah.
Or hours in
yeah,
the old days.
in the old days. You used to go there like Saturday morning, take your coffee and sit and talk with everybody. Yeah. But now it's like, you have a little event where you go. And there's a little friend there. Actually, the friend is a little bit bigger, and they kind of run around together. And it's nice that they kind of hang out, but they can do their own things, too. A lot of dogs that are in the same family, they'll hang out together with the owners. And these guys kind of do their own thing a little bit, too. They take off, do their own thing. And you like to run, don't you? You're fast. You're very fast. The fastest in the park.
Yeah, she is the fastest in the park. That's true. She's really fast.
You're the fastest in the park.
She likes to referee when dogs get together and like run around, chase each other. She stands back. She stays on the outside and runs really fast around and referees everything.
Yes, she's like in the middle of everything, and make sure that everybody's nice and happy. If anything starts to stir up a little bit, she kind of walks between them, and it says, "Now we're going this way. We're going to do something different."
So let me ask you, can you give me information about what happened to them before I got them? Because Topo just walked into my house, and her I rescued, but she was really in bad shape when I got her. So I was wondering, she seems to be maybe grieving, or did you get any of that off of her?
You want to come back? Okay. Well, I'll take you both. Okay.
Just don't pull my tail again.
Nope, we aren't going to do that. I got you both. You want to be close when she said, I know. I see that there was an older woman that she was with, this Tiffany, and passed away. So she's concerned about her. She still sees the woman, energetically wise, but she's just concerned because she was kind of taken from her. I have a feeling she went to the hospital and then passed because a daughter took her to the rescue. At least I'm assuming it's a daughter, another woman, took her to the, she was not nice, was she? No. She wasn't nice. And she would say things like, that dang dog, and what are we going to do with that? And that hurts her feelings, didn't it? Because the lady just absolutely loved her. But, and she was with that lady for a long time. She's a lap dog. She was always on her lap, always sitting, watching TV, the two of them together, until this lady went. But food's better at your house, she says. And yes, I know it's good for you too. Yeah. Can we talk about where you came from? I left. You did? You just left where you were? Yeah. Now this one, Topo, has gained some weight since you got her. Because the food was no good where she was before. He, sorry. And the, actually feminine spirit in this one, by the way.
In Topo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very feminine spirit. And actually came around dinner time. Smelled good in your house. I don't know what that was. And you liked her too. Liked him, yeah. And he let her in. She let him in. And you guys just bonded, kind of, huh? Not at first, but it was okay after a while. Yeah. Is that okay? Yeah. He lived at a house with little children. He's probably not real fond of little kids. You probably run up to him, but it's like, if you have a kid visiting, they come up, you say hi, and then it's like, you send him home. He's good about that. Yeah. 3 little girls.
In the family he came
Yeah,
from?
3 little girls I see. Don't see the dad much, so he might have worked. Mom had long brown hair. She was quite tall. And actually, I don't think Topo was missed until a while later, because it appeared that it was a house that was very busy, very structured. The girls were doing this, the girls were in that, so he was kind of home by himself, and he just found his way out when the door kind of opened one time and wandered away. Now, you're about a mile away from where they were, and I don't even get that they put up signs or anything. Sometimes
I actually put up signs and nobody responded.
No,
Yeah.
no. He's just, it was just like, well, one less thing for them to do, you know. But when he came to your house, he was just like, I can do lots of things. I can guard. He kind of helps guard. He watches things. He's really good about anybody that goes in the kitchen. He's right there. Huh.
He's not allowed in the kitchen because that's how you get into the bathroom. There's a gate up to keep him from going in the kitchen.
Going into the kitchen. Because you would like that, wouldn't you? Yeah.
That's where the food is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the food's in there. Yeah, now something about the music you play at your house is very nice. He likes the music. Yes, and there's always something going on at your house. So, even if it's just you, there's always something going on at the house. Yeah. So planning something, people come over. Yeah. There's a woman that comes over with long brown hair. Who's that? Probably about length of my hair, maybe a little longer. Long brown hair. They like her. Topo really likes her. Yeah. She's probably about your height, not mine. She's taller. Let me set you here. You're kind of heavy for a little guy. Yeah, give me a break here, huh?
Don't call
You
him a little
okay?
guy and don't pull on my tail again.
Yeah, we're not going to pull your tail. See, because he's not even concerned about that.
No,
much.
he's not. He's not freaked out
And
about
it's fine. You know, it's just fine. It's straight and everything. You're good.
His eyes are so glowy. That's
Yeah.
really wild.
You okay here?
She's wheezy,
Yeah.
so the mullein would be good. What about the congestion in the head?
That's just something that it's sinus draining in the morning, and I'm not getting that it's enough. For sinus draining, I usually use thyme, the spice thyme tea, and let him drink it, and it just opens him up. The other thing is that right down the center of the head is the sinus acupressure points. And if you push on those, and just, you know, for a few seconds, notice I'm moving them different times, and then you just relax, like in the morning. And it works for a person too. It's right across the top of the head. Then it'll allow that to open. But hers is not bad. I wouldn't worry about it. A lot of these little guys get postnasal drip. I have a Pomeranian that does the same thing. Now, if they start to do the wheezing, hacking thing, you hold their head up and just, you know, swallow, tell them to swallow and allow it to drain. Yeah. Have you had him to the vet? Her. To the vet?
Yeah, a couple times, and they usually just,
They can't figure out the lung thing.
they just say she has a wheeze and...
It's kind of like when I go in for bronchitis, because my lungs are so good from being in Colorado, they can never tell I have bronchitis because you still breathe, they don't hear anything in the lung. But it's along the inside, towards the heart side, that there is some residue that just kind of hangs out in there a little bit. So you might want to try that mullein and see.
So let me ask you, when they talk to you, do you hear like a voice, or you just hear a knowingness, or what's it like to have an animal talk to you?
Well, sometimes I hear a voice. Other times I'll see a picture, and they'll show me a picture, and then I'll just describe that, what I'm seeing. Sometimes it means something, sometimes it doesn't. A lot of times I'll get phone calls later, and they'll go, oh, we figured out what you were talking about. Sometimes I smell things, like when I was talking about the kitchen, it smelled good, and he came to your house.
So your senses open.
I smelled it, yeah.
Okay, so before we close the show, let's give a few pointers to people on how to listen to their pets. So, I mean, you obviously have a gift of being able to hear them communicate with you, but the average person probably isn't real attuned to that.
Okay.
So just as some pointers on what should they do? I mean, what is the best way to connect with your pet?
Well, what I would do is I would look right at them, and I would talk to them just as though they were a child and let them know what you expect from them, because the pictures just start to roll. What behavior you expect. If you leave them, let them know what you expect of them, what you want them to do, because the pictures just start happening up here. Now, as far as health, if you want to find out how your pet is, and if they're a little lethargic, I would just place my hand on them, and I would just start feeling over their body. And if there's an area that's exceptionally warm, I would watch it for a day or so. If it stays warm, then I would probably take them to the vet and have somebody look at it. But another thing you can do, and a lot of us, I think a lot of people we love our pets more than we like the people in the house a lot of times. So just make sure that when you look at them, that you see them. And then, you know, ask them a question. Do you want to do this? And make sure there's a picture. Like last week, I talked to a lady and she said the dog gets upset with the Santa Anas, which are the winds that we have here. And I looked at her and I said, okay. And you said, look at the dog and you say it's a Santa Anas. And she goes, yeah. And I go, what's the picture? It doesn't mean anything to me. So we went into the winds. And then the dog ended up talking about the Indians come with the wind. And when I said that to the woman, she says, we live on sacred ground. So that makes perfect sense. So I would try and just talk to them like they're little kids. Talk to them like they're the most important thing that they are in your life, and they usually are. And just try and tell them what you would like for them to do. Pay attention to what you say. A lot of times we get our guys in trouble when we say, don't chase the car. The pictures chase the car. So you're telling them to chase the car. And then when they get hit, we wonder what happened.
So you're talking about the third eye. In other words, vision what you want them to do so they see that.
Yes, yes. Okay. And then a lot of it is hindsight, is after the fact. You're going to do something, and then you'll think about it. Think about what you just said. Does that really mean anything to them? You know, because they're so visual with, you know, energy and those kinds of things that they can see what you're talking about. So they watch that movie. They can hear your voice, but they watch the movie first because they're so wanting to please us. They want us to do everything right.
So you need to visualize what you want the pet to see and speak clearly. I think it's really good that, like, before they came on the show, you said, tell them they're coming.
Yes.
Pardon me, which I think was great, because I explained to them that they were coming here to talk to you, and you know, it's really a communication skill.
It is.
And it's not just with animals, it actually goes into communication with people, keeping them abreast, letting them know what's going on. I mean, a lot of people leave and don't even tell the dogs they're going on vacation, and then the dog's traumatized because they don't have any idea where the person's at, and days go by. And so, I mean, it's really important to take the time to explain to the animal what's going on, to visualize it with them maybe, and talk straight to them. And unfortunately, a lot of people treat their animals like they're not alive.
Right.
Like they're just there to serve them or to be there, and that just obviously isn't true.
That isn't
They're
true.
there to
No. Another thing
be our
too, when you get
friends.
ready to leave, if you're going on vacation, they go by daylight and dark. How many darks are going to be gone? Okay, 14 and a half darks. Allow extra time. Never be late. That allows them the opportunity to tear up the house. Always add a couple of hours so that you're always early for them, because things that are important to them are their food, when they're going to the bathroom, you know, what's in their life, and that's what we have to think about.
And like when you talked about the cameras here, you talked about squares.
The
To
box.
them, that's what they see, the box, yeah.
The box.
Well, this is all great. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Terri Steuben, for coming on the show. Thank you, Topo and Tiffany, for joining us today. And thank you for joining us. And remember to actually talk to your pet and make sure you vision exactly what you want them to do, not what you don't want them to do. Thank you for joining us, and have a great day.
Love is in the air, everywhere I look around. Love is in the air, every sight and every sound. And I don't know if I'm being foolish, don't know if I'm being wise, but it's something that I must believe in, and it's there when I look in your eyes. Love is in the air, in the whisper of the tree. Love is in the air, in the thunder of the sea. And I don't